Vegas ventures off, the object behind this is I'm going to venture off to other states. And I'm going to bring.
Well, I am Cathy, and yes, indeed, I am from Madison, the one and only Madison, Wisconsin, otherwise known as Wisco.
Yes. Now, Cathy, little did you know I was talking about myself in that comment. You inspired me.
Well, because the purpose is to reach out to anyone touched by cancer.
Welcome. Visit Vegas Places with Coyle, your host. This is episode 7. I want to thank you guys for joining us for this episode. This is a very important episode for me in touching this one, where we discuss real Vegas, real topics, real business with real owners. This episode is my first edition of Vegas Ventures Off. So what Vegas Ventures Off, the object behind this is I'm going to venture off to other states, and I'm going to bring other business owners in other states, and they're going to explain and educate us on what they do in their city and their state. Now, Las Vegas is always known as America's playground. We have a melting pot of other states and cities coming to visit us, and they're well of our casinos and everything, but we never get a piece of where they're coming from. So with this podcast and this edition, gives me the opportunity to reach out and get other states real in depth and get the explain of what they do behind the scenes. And my first guest is real important to me. First hands off, the Lord has called her to me, and her name is Cathy Haynes. Cathy is from Madison, Wisconsin. Cathy is very important. She is diagnosed with stage 3 pancreatic cancer and definitely is a survivor. And I want to welcome Cathy Haynes. Cathy, let us know who you are. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you. I am Cathy, and yes, indeed, I am from Madison, the one and only Madison, Wisconsin, otherwise known as Wisco.
Yes. So are you a real cheesehead?
Oh, yeah, of course I am. I'm born and raised here, so in Wisconsin anyways.
All right. So, Cathy, let us know about yourself. You are the owner of HelloCancerFriends.com. So, let us know about yourself. Let us know about the website, which is also incorporated with your podcast, Hello Cancer Friends. So, give us an insight of yourself and what became and how did you come to originate Hello Cancer Friends?
Oh, gosh. Well, earlier this year, I was just sitting in the waiting room, waiting for my immunotherapy treatment to treat my cancer. And, during the pandemic, we couldn't bring anybody along with us. And, so everybody in the room with you is a patient, and it's always pretty quiet and a little somber. And I started thinking about the support system I have. And I looked around and started wondering, who do they talk to? Who does that person talk to? Do they have support like I do? I know how much it's helped me. And so I thought, I need to talk to people. I'm pretty sure, I don't think I had even listened to a podcast at that time. And so the wheels started turning in that waiting room. And the next thing you know, I had the concept, I knew exactly what I wanted for my logo. Wow. And my husband's a graphic designer, thankfully. And he just whipped it all up for me. And I Googled every step of the way on how to do a podcast.
Wow, that is so beautiful, and that is encouraging.
Thank you.
Now, let us know, how did you come up with the name of your podcast?
Well, because the purpose is to reach out to anyone touched by cancer, anybody meaning patients, survivors, caretakers, people with family members. It's so hard. I was with my dad when he had cancer, and unfortunately he didn't make it, but I was with him throughout his journey. And so when I came up with the name, it was like, how do I explain that? It's like, hello, cancer friends. Let's be friends. Let's, I want you to know I'm here for you. And so that's where the name came from.
Hey, keep it simple, they say. And let the
Yeah.
audience know, Cathy, of your website. Where can we find you, Cathy, on your website and all your social media platforms? Let them know, please.
Oh, sure. It's www.hellocancerfriends.com across the board. Hellocancerfriends.com, or Hello Cancer Friends on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I was
That's right.
dabbling in
And it's
TikTok, but I haven't
I know
opened
I
up an
see you
account yet.
too. I see you. Let the audience know, Cathy, how if you guys are just listening, Cathy is from Madison, Wisconsin. Me out here, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. Of course, visit Vegas places. Cathy, let them know how we met, please.
Well, we met on Facebook. I love Facebook for support groups as well. And so, of course, naturally, I needed to find some advice regarding a podcast, being that I had never barely listened to one, let alone produced and did one. So I joined up, and then I was kind of switching around my office space, and I needed some better sound quality. And I didn't know
Mm.
quite where to start, so I just ordered some of those foam squares from Amazon. And then when it came, I'm like, well, now what do I do with them? And I just kind of stuck them in the box they came in and stuck my microphone in there. And I'm like, voila, it's my sound studio. It's $12.99. And
Oh
I got a
yeah.
really big I got a big kick out of myself. And so I thought, I have to share this with all of these professionals, all these people who are doing such a good job and they know what they're doing. I clearly do not. Let's get a good laugh going. So I posted a picture and I'm like, don't laugh. Look at my new sound studio I built. And you commented on my post, and
Yes.
I loved your spirit the minute I read those
Yes.
words.
Oh, God bless your heart. And if you was to see the picture, you guys can still see the picture. It is on Cathy's page. You have to definitely check out her Facebook. And that's Cathy, CathyHannes, N as in Nancy, two N's, Hannes. And when you go there to Cathy Haynes Facebook, you can see the picture she's actually talking about with the microphone in her booth. And it's funny, when I did see that, I haven't even launched my podcast show yet. I think she posted that in July 28th, the month before I launched my podcast in August. But I had everything set up since March. So I waited from March all the way to August to launch my podcast. And quote, if I can remember what I did post it on the picture, as I said, this woman has built a just makeshift studio, and there's guys that have everything and still procrastinating on when they're going to record. And Cathy, little did you know, I was talking about myself in that comment.
Mm.
You inspired me. And that's how I knew the Lord called me to you. I was talking to myself, and that inspired me so deep, because when I saw that picture, it touched me like, man, this woman is here surviving, and she made it, and she's going at it and never done it before. And here am I sitting here with everything and just haven't even recorded. And I want to thank
I
you for
love
that.
it.
And that's one reason why I
I
brought
love
that
it.
up. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Yes. Thank
I'm
you.
so glad it inspired you,
Yes.
because now look at what you're doing. You're doing a great
I
job.
know. Yes, ma'am. And that's why you have to be the first to represent Madison, Wisconsin. I want to thank Madison, Wisconsin for producing a spirit just as beautiful as yours. And thank you for being here
Aw,
with me. I want to
thank
touch in
you.
on some of your stuff, though. After now they know about our story and your story, let us know behind your episode 22. So now keep in mind, audience, Cathy Haynes has a podcast. It's a real good podcast. It's called Hello Cancer Friends, and you can get it through her website at hellocancerfriends.com. When I went on the podcast, and the first one I went to was episode 22, I did it because it sticks out, because you can see she's about to bungee jump. And Cathy jumps actually from a 14-story hotel building, Hilton Hotel, actually. And she takes you along on the ride in this podcast. Cathy, could you explain to us what prompted that, and then what made you do that, and how did it feel?
Oh, I'd love to tell you about it. Okay, so I think it was my third episode. I interviewed a very nice lady named Linnea, and she runs the Gilda's Club. It's
Okay.
uh, a club that assists people touched by cancer. I thought that would be a
Okay.
great start to my show. And during my interview with her, she mentioned their fundraiser, and it was actually rappelling off the Hilton Hotel 14 stories. And something just
Wow.
flipped in my brain, and I said, I think I need to do this. And I mean,
You have a little daredevil spirit, don't you?
no, I don't. But I'm telling you that. See, that's the thing. I don't know what happened to me. I was just like, I have to do this. Something told me
Right.
you have to do this. And quite honestly, if I go a little deeper, my life has changed dramatically when you're told you have a few months to live and you're
Right.
granted another chance and you just keep living and living and living. You're going to
Right.
for me, I'm doing crazy things like this. And so I
Right.
signed up and I raised some money, and everybody was so generous. I raised $4,000 was my end
Wow, good
total.
job.
And yeah, the day of, I just got up there. I flipped on my Apple Watch and recorded the audio, and I was pretty nervous.
I
My
love it. I
heart was
love it.
going up. Oh man, a couple F
And
bombs,
it's
but
it, you guys got to check out that podcast. And when you go to Cathy Haynes' website, hellocancerfriends.com, and see her podcast, and her podcast is everywhere. It's funny mentioning her podcast. She is on Buzzsprout. In September too, I want to congratulate you and not leave that out, Cathy. You did hit your 2,500 downloads. Congratulations
thank
on reaching that
you.
milestone. Congratulations.
Thank
And
you.
I saw the Buzzsprout. She is on Buzzsprout. Keep in mind, I am on Buzzsprout too. And if you guys are new to the podcast industry, with Buzzsprout, to make it simple for us, Cathy and I are label mates. We are on the same label. So she is my label mate on this
Aw,
Buzzsprout platform, right, in a different state.
awesome.
All right. Yes. So, I love that episode 22. If you guys are listening, you got to check out I Did It. That is that episode where Cathy jumps off the 14-story Hilton Hotel building in Madison, Wisconsin, and she takes you with us. And then, and what I love about you is when you started, you mentioned like when you podcast, when you started, you wanted to start from cancer, but doesn't have to be sad, and let's have fun. And every time
Yeah.
I followed you for a while, you're always having fun. You're high spirited. To bring some dynamics to this and understand for the audience of where you really come from. Let us know a quick detail of what you was diagnosed with, and then how you turned that around to make this podcast meaningful. You're changing other people's lives. There are people that are diagnosed that don't have that outlet and didn't have this until you provided a podcast for them to have that outlet.
Mm.
And then what I pray is this reach people that don't even know that this exists, that you're available for them. Let them know your story.
Thank you. And I appreciate so much that you are giving me this opportunity to share with it, because the whole purpose is to reach out to people who have been touched by this cancer. So my
Yes.
story began in 2019. I was misdiagnosed for about a year. I had multiple symptoms. I was losing weight like crazy and just sick, fatigued, fevers every day. And anyways, I was diagnosed November of 2019. My tumor was the size of a small football
Oh,
and inoperable. It's
right.
still inoperable to this day. Um, and then the weird stuff started happening. My biopsy showed that I have a really rare form of pancreatic cancer. It's called acinar cell carcinoma. It makes up 1% to 2%
Mhm.
of all pancreatic cases.
Wow.
So because it was inoperable and it was so huge, there was no chance of surgery. So they kind of put me on a chemo plan to prolong my life and sent me on my way. So all
Wow.
very alarming and sad, and I was sick too. So not
Right.
a good time. Well, my doctor took extra samples and sent it in for genetic testing. When the report came
Hmm.
back, I had an unusual amount of mutations in the tumor. Normal is
Wow.
like 1 to 10 mutations if you're lucky. A lot of people don't
Wow.
even have any, but I had 332 mutations in my tumor. I am a freak of nature. And
Oh my.
so, with that news, it opened me up to participate in a trial of immunotherapy.
Hmm.
And what
Okay.
that does is, the mutations, I don't know exactly how it works, but basically it will take my immune system and attack the tumor. And
Gotcha.
so it shrunk pretty quickly right after I started. I started that March
Wow.
15th, 2020. So it's been over a year. I
Wow.
just had my 27th treatment last week. And
Wow.
it shrunk my tumor right away. I still have the tumor. We don't know if
Okay.
it's dead tissue or if it's alive. I'm
Okay.
stable. My labs look great. I'm stable. We just don't know how
Wow.
long it's going to last.
Okay. Now, is this procedure something new? Like say that no one had the opportunity to take advantage of this back in like the 1990s. Is this new
Oh,
procedure?
absolutely. Yeah. The trial drug that I'm on became available 2 months before I was diagnosed.
Wow.
That's how
Is
new.
that a bless? That
Yeah.
is a blessing.
I it is. I mean, I can't even explain it. So something like this happens to you. I mean, like when I was diagnosed, they said, you know, I said, how long? And they said,
Mm-hmm.
probably a couple of months or a few
Right.
months, not years, actually, is what she said. It was a while ago now. And I planned my funeral. I
Wow.
dragged my husband to go get our
No.
will done. I'm like, I have to decide who's going to take care of my daughter. I just wanted everything done so my husband didn't have to deal with it.
And that's
And it was a
understandable.
very hard time. But the
Right.
outpouring was amazing. I had so much support. And I also blog. So when I got diagnosed, I started
Mm-hmm.
blogging right away and just poured it all out. And that helped me a lot too. So
Okay.
anyone listening that is facing something like that or any hard
Right.
part of life, it really
That's
helped
right.
me to just kind of let it all out.
I love it, Cathy. You're so strong spirit and beautiful inside and outside.
Mm,
Definitely, if you hear that story, you guys,
thank
that
you.
lets you know Cathy is living proof. If you, it just is such courage. Again, she's at hellocancerfriends.com. HelloCancerFriends.com. Hello Cancer Friends is also the title of her podcast. You can also check that out via her website. You can also reach her at Cathy Haynes on Facebook, and that's Cathy Hannes. Cathy, I definitely want to give a shout out to your family, which is your Tom and your daughter Willow. Give them a shout
Yeah.
out. I know they've been there and strong in your backbone. Definitely, we can't forget about them.
Oh, they are my world. My little girl Willow, she's just amazing. Tom has, he's the glue. He took care of me when I couldn't move. I mean, there were days I was laying down, I couldn't reach my hand over for a tissue. He
Wow.
took care of Willow. I'm older, but we have our young daughter. She's very young. Well, she's just turned 7. And so, there's a lot to do with her. He just took care of everything. And so I'm
Right.
super, super lucky.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Willow, for keeping Cathy at top-notch shape. And she's here with me, blessing us with this knowledge and
Woohoo!
wisdom. Kathy, I appreciate you. I
Yeah.
love your spirit. Again, Kathy
Oh,
Haynes, you guys got to check her out at hellocancerfriends.com. Kathy, I want to thank you again. You're here. We're actually there in Madison, Wisconsin. So we're going to have a little fun before you leave so they can get to know that humor side of you too. Okay.
sounds
Of course,
awesome.
this is Vegas Ventures Off, baby. I know you've been to Vegas before, right? You've been here before, right, Kathy?
Oh, it is one of my most favorite places. I'm just so excited to see the slot machines behind you. I just want to go play.
You want to go push a button? Here's
Oh
100.
my God, I could do it for hours on end. Days
So,
in a
and I
row.
was gonna ask you, are you a slot girl, bingo girl, or table girl? And you just told me.
Well, I like slots, but I really love Texas Hold'em a lot better.
Okay. Well, what's your
No
favorite
limit.
casino out here?
Let's see. This is terrible. It's been a while since I've been out there. It's the one
Mm-hmm.
with the fire show in the front. Which one is
Oh, you're
that?
like the Bellagio, or hold on, the
Yeah.
fire show. Okay, the Bellagio with the water show, and then if we want to take it
It's
back
right.
old school with the pirate, I
Which
think,
one
not
is?
the pirate ship, not Treasure Island with the pirate, right? You're talking
No,
about the
not
water
that
show.
one.
So you mean Bellagio that's always on TV with the water show in the front.
No, not that one. It's kind of close to that one. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But I stayed at
Oh,
the. I'm terrible.
see, we're gonna have to get you out here. See, I'm gonna have
I
to get you
know.
out here, Kathy. You're coming out
I
here,
keep thinking.
and you're not
I
gonna
keep
hold back.
thinking. I can't remember, but I don't know.
It's
We
okay.
go all over the.
Yeah. When I
We
get you
kind of
out
hopped
here,
around.
the audience is listening to you and they were waiting for you to answer. So when I get you out here, we're going to record it so they can see, and we're going to take you to your favorite casino. And mark my word, you just
Well,
got to
I
let me
think
know when
any
you're
casino,
ready.
any one
Oh.
of them would be my favorite. So I that's just one I stayed at. So I
Okay,
love
no
them
problem.
all.
So with my show, we're gonna do a little this or that, and this is the game I play where I give you a this or that, and you just give me the preference of either this or that. And all the
Okay.
choices I tried to cater to who you are, so hopefully they match. And if you don't use either this or that, just give me a good preference of what you would pick. All right. So the
Okay.
first one we're gonna pick, I'm gonna take it old school. All right. So this is a TV show, and would you rather look at this or that? And that will be either Three's a Company or Golden Girls.
Three's Company.
Oh,
For sure. My dad wouldn't let us watch it because girls were living with the boy.
I know.
So I
It
always
was
felt like,
forbidden
ooh, I'm
back
going to
then.
watch it. Living in
It was
sin.
forbidden.
Yeah, I can't have that.
These new school kids will look at us weird, like, please, that's nothing.
I know. Oh, gosh. No kidding. Oh, you're so right. Yeah. Oh,
So
my
the next
God.
one we have, this one, this or that. Now we want you to be in the mind state of getting Mexican food, okay? So if you're getting Mexican food, your choice, red sauce or green verde sauce?
Oh, I got to go with the green.
Yes.
The
Man, I love you. I
verde.
love the green.
Nom, nom, nom,
Yes.
nom, nom.
Do you like yours spicy or just limey? Which
Limey.
I
I'm
love
not,
it limey, yes.
especially being a GI patient, everything's different
Right.
now. I can't tolerate not much of anything.
I love it. Love it. Okay. So our last one I'm going to give you is are you more when it comes, cuz since I know you and we both started doing podcasts, I know you went and researched on your own. And that is best practice when you get into the field. You definitely got to do your homework and research, especially look at other people who's done it before us. So when you're learning a new task in technology, do you consider yourself a visual or audio learner?
Oh boy. Visual. I think I'm a visual learner.
Right. And then it almost like I want to say I'm both, because you got to give me both of it. I need to hear it and see it at the same time. It's kind of
for
hard
this
to do
kind of
one.
work too.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I just kind
Thank
of
you.
spun off on my own thing. I think I would have drove myself crazy if I tried to listen to too many podcasts and figure out what style to do. I just kind of wing it.
That's right. And you're doing a great job. And you guys better check her out. Hello, Cancer friends. So the last one we do is very, very Vegas. And then I do it lightweight for those in Venture Vegas Off. So since this is the first edition with Cathy Haynes and Venture Vegas Ventures Off, and we're in Madison, Wisconsin, I still do how very, very Vegas are you? And it is mildly. So this is a mild one. And if you don't know, you can take an educated guess. And this is all the purpose is just to educate. All right. So to see how very, very Vegas you are, Cathy, even though you did state you haven't been out here in a while, which casino in Las Vegas has a roller coaster in the front of the casino?
It's the one with the Statue of Liberty outside, right?
Yes, ma'am. You're getting warm.
I have no idea. I'm sorry.
What's
I'm
the
always
name
sitting
of that
in the
bad
poker
boy?
room.
Give me a name. Just guess. I want to give me a name. Let's laugh at your guess.
New
If
York,
you want
New
to
York.
take a stab at. Woo! Look at you. You're so educated. When you say educated guess, your educated guess is the educated answer. You're right.
Woo!
New York, New York. Right.
I'm gonna thank God for that one.
That's right.
That's
I love
awesome.
you, Cathy.
Oh, back at you. I love you.
All right. And I appreciate you coming with me and being on here with us. One thing, since you're out there in Wisconsin, Madison, I think we were talking earlier, you guys, we have Carl's Jr. You guys have Hardee's out there, huh?
Well, actually, there's very few of those anymore.
Yeah?
They're scattered around a little bit. Culver's is the big junk food emporium around here.
What's the name of it?
It's Culver's. It's Culvers, and it started up in Sauk City, just north of Madison. And they make butter burgers and the most delicious food, like disgusting, like unhealthy stuff. But it's I call it the junk food emporium of the world because they have custard, frozen custard, and yeah, I think they're branching out now into Illinois and I'm sure elsewhere.
All right.
But
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have Jack in the Box. I know you guys don't have that. Do you guys have Jack's?
Jack's, no.
All right.
Jack's.
So what burger place besides do you guys have Del Taco and Taco Bell?
Nope. Taco Bell.
No?
We call it toxic smell.
That's mystery meat.
Oh, you got that right.
What about chicken tender places?
But...
yeah, I do too. Don't get me wrong. I hate they took the Mexican pizza. They don't sell the Mexican pizza no more here. I used to love the enchilada and the Mexican pizza. Yes.
Now,
you guys have you guys have a chicken tender place? Like we have Cane's. They only specialize in chicken tenders. I know somewhere down south they kind of have Zaxby's. Do you guys have one of those out there?
We've got a Popeyes. It's more of a Cajun, but it's a lot of chicken and shrimp and stuff like that.
What's the name of it?
Popeyes.
Oh, Popeyes. We have Popeyes. Yeah, we have Popeyes.
Oh.
So, yeah. But I got to look up Culver's. We don't have Culver's.
Culver's has the best chicken tenders ever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hot
What's
or
your favorite
regular?
sauce? What's your favorite sauce? You like honey mustard?
Yeah, I do. I like honey mustard more like on a salad, like a grilled chicken salad. Just little tiny bits of it. But I'm usually ranch or buffalo or both.
Oh, man. It's a pleasure, Cathy.
How about you? What do you like?
I love the honey mustard sauce, and I love the chicken tenders. You gotta look up Cane's. I'm gonna take you to Cane's when you come out here. We love Cane's out here, and all they do is sell chicken tenders only. Yeah,
fun.
And I know there's I want to thank you, Cathy. Cathy, can you let the audience know your website and where can we find you on social media?
Oh, sure. It's hellocancerfriends.com, and that's my name all over the place. Hello, Cancer Friends.
You
I'd
guys
love
got
to
it.
be your friend.
HelloCancerFriends.com. That's right. You guys got to check her out. She's very warm spirited, lovely lady. Cathy, I want to thank
Aw.
you for sharing and visiting us all the way from Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin. Thank you for enlightening us out here in Las Vegas. I want to thank you for being here on the show. And I want to thank the listeners. You guys could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here with us. And Cathy, until next time, thank you. And I love you, Cathy.
Oh my gosh, thank you so, so much. You are doing such a phenomenal job. I am so proud of you. And thank you. I
Thank
love
you.
you. Mwah.
Thank you.